Hey gang, it's Chris from Chris Beat Cancer, and we are in Austin, Texas with my friend Pilar Davila, who I met on the internet. And just so happened that I was coming to Austin this weekend. She has an amazing cancer healing story, and so she actually picked me up from the airport and we went and got a juice at Juice Land, and now we're here at her home taping this interview for you. So, Pilar, this has been awesome. Thanks for picking me up at the airport.
Of course, you're welcome. My pleasure. Feel very blessed to be here sharing the story with you. And
all right. So now I know a little bit of it, and but yeah, we'll just start at the beginning, right? You were diagnosed. What year was it when you were diagnosed?
2010 with ovarian cancer.
Okay.
They thought there were cysts. It was ovarian cancer, ovarian stromal sarcoma stage 3. I had a full hysterectomy and followed the doctor's instructions. Did not feel very good. But I was okay for a while. Didn't change my diet, didn't do anything different. Comes back a little bit on the pelvic area, 2012. That's when I started natural healing, diet, supplements. For a while, 2013, I said, I'm fine. I'm Superwoman, I'm fine, I'll be okay. And stop doing everything and go back to a semi-toxic life, you know, how we live, eating meat and drinking, smoking, stress, all of that. And
Like, tell me more about your life. Like how, when you say you had a toxic life, what do you mean?
well, I didn't eat right. I let stress take over. I couldn't say no, I wanted to do everything. Just my job, just like everybody else.
You went through a divorce?
Divorce.
During that time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I have 2 beautiful daughters. And I want to give them everything, you know. And being sick, I was always afraid, you know, it's going to come back. That's always stressful.
Yeah, the fear of recurrence is a big problem when you have cancer, right? Dealing with that fear, and not to mention all the stress of all the other problems you have in life. Yeah.
So then, 2014, May, I had not been feeling well. Bleeding, constipation, extreme fatigue. But I thought, well, it's just, I don't know, life. And I finally go to the emergency room for the second time. They do a CAT scan, and the cancer was everywhere. Metastasis, terminal, colon, liver, pelvic area, and fluid in one lung. And they couldn't do anything because chemo wouldn't work, surgery wouldn't work. So I go to my parents' house to rest and think. And that's when I see your video, the first one that you made, I believe, what every cancer patient should know, that motivated me. I had seen it already, but I am like, I need this to motivate me. And then I see other videos and find an interview you did with Dr. Connealy from Oasis of Hope, which I love her. And I said, that's where I need to be.
Now, let me push pause, because you told me something in the car about getting mercury fillings taken out. And tell that story too, because this was before the major recurrence, and you told me you kind of felt like it may have contributed.
Oh, now I know, because I had been to many seminars and I knew that it was toxic, but I thought having it in my mouth was toxic because I got them when I was 6 or 7 years old. And then at 43, I decided to remove them. But
how many did you have?
About 4.
Okay.
And they removed 2 and then 1/2. So I believe it's leaking. It started leaking. I don't know. It went to my bloodstream. But in 8 months after that, the cancer was everywhere, and the biggest tumors in the liver. And
the dentist did not use any precaution to take it out,
he didn't,
right?
Yeah.
He didn't. It was just a regular dentist.
Yeah.
You didn't go to a biological dentist.
No, because
so you might have had a lot of mercury poisoning from the removal process, which is really important. It's good to get them out. You want to get mercury out of your mouth. It is the most toxic, non-radioactive metal on the earth, and you're sucking on it if you have mercury fillings. So you want those out of your mouth, but you also want to make sure you work with a biological dentist who can use the, basically state-of-the-art extraction procedures that does not expose you to more mercury during the removal process. That's really important.
And I know the symptoms now. I couldn't even dial a phone number. I was very tired, constipation comes. There's so many things that now I know it was that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then again, so 8 months later, you're stage 4. The cancer just all over your body.
It was a shock. I could not believe it because I was fine for so long, 4 years.
Where were the tumors again? I know you might have said it, but
2 in the liver.
Okay.
Big, the size of a tennis ball, and the other one a golf ball maybe. Colon 5 centimeters, pelvic area 3.4 centimeters, and then fluid in one lung and spotting in the pelvic area.
Okay.
So then I watched the videos and I saw that interview there with Dr. Connealy, and I said, that's where I need to be. So I go there, I get a GoFundMe because people don't want to help when it comes, you're not doing chemo radiation? No, we don't want to help.
That's right. Everybody wants to help you if you're getting chemo.
Yeah.
But as soon as you say, I'm not doing it, it's like, it's like crickets.
Exactly. And I have great friends from childhood that spread the word, you know, I got everything. And
So you raised some money,
I raised the money
on GoFundMe, which I recommend using CrowdRise, by the way. I don't have any financial interest to do so, but CrowdRise gives you the most money. They have the lowest fees. So anyway, but you raised
$7,000.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I'm gonna go there. I went there for 3 days. I toured the clinic 3 times. And Dr. Connealy knew it was something difficult, and she recommended PEMF, which I think is amazing, the infrared laser, and the vitamin C IV.
Okay, so PEMF is pulsed electromagnetic frequency therapy, far infrared laser. So, you know, so a lot of people have heard of far infrared saunas. There's also a handheld far infrared device that some practitioners are of the belief that that's better because the far infrared sauna can be way too taxing on your body. It just takes a lot of energy out of you to sit in a sauna, and you need that energy to heal. So anyway, and then vitamin C IVs, which I did.
And I love. I think they're wonderful. So and diet, of course. So what I was already doing was colonics and coffee enemas from Gerson and about 10 juices a day.
Yep.
I do about 5 or 6 now. So after that,
And you converted to a plant-based diet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I could only be there 3 days. I have daughters. I have a life. I get home and I said, I'm going to create a protocol, which is called Detox Nourish Energize. I detox my body, enemas, colonics, and a tea. There's many in the market. Diet, a lot of raw food. And then since I couldn't exercise much, I'm very lucky that I was able to get a PEMF machine and started doing treatments about 4 times a week, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, focus on the liver, focus on the colon. And my next, it was an MRI. After I believe 4 months, boom, tumors started shrinking. Another MRI, 4 months, gone, one of them. And now there's only a 1.2 in the liver. Everything else is gone. I feel great. I continue with this for the rest of my life. Cancer is serious. You cannot just do it for 6 months or a year. It's a lifestyle. You have to change your life.
You have to change your life for life. And so from the time you started this hardcore protocol with, you know, the plant-based diet, juicing, coffee enemas, the PEMF, how much time went by between when you started and this last scan?
It's been a year and a half. December.
That's great.
And in December is 2 years, I believe, that I started the protocol at home.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse.
Yeah.
You can heal your body. You don't have to go to the most state-of-the-art clinics and stay there for 3 months. You can do it at home. There is a way.
You can do it at home. I did not go to a clinic. Of course, I know a lot of practitioners and people that run clinics like Dr. Connealy, who's awesome, and her clinic's amazing.
Amazing.
But it's just not an option for everybody, right? So, and for me at the time when I was sick, clinic was not an option either. There was no social media. I didn't even think about trying to fundraise. I didn't know the first thing about it or how I would even do it back then, 2004. And yeah, and I couldn't afford to go anywhere. I was just totally broke. So I had to do what you did, right? I love the fact that you came home and you didn't get discouraged, right? You were like, okay, I've got to figure this out.
Fix it.
Right? I've got to create my own protocol, read and research, take everything that I can, everything I know, and put it together in a protocol that I can do. Right? That's exactly what I did. right? Same exact mindset. It's like, I've got to figure out how to make this work for me. And I know some patients get discouraged because they'll read about something that somebody did and they'll think, oh, I can't do that. And they'll just sort of give up. Or they'll think that you have to do a protocol perfectly or else it's not going to work. And the reality is there's so many ways to get well, but there's some core fundamentals. Detoxification is huge. Plant-based diet is huge. Juicing is super helpful and beneficial. Of course, there's key supplementation that every patient takes, and we've all taken different stuff. And that involves reading and researching to figure out what might help you. But the underlying theme here is that you took control of your life.
Yes, I have 2 daughters that I love, and I had to. And I could not be happier right now. I feel great. I'm very happy that I'm almost healed. And now I spread my message. I spread my message to whoever wants to hear it.
Look, I mean, huge tumors that are gone. And how many were there total?
About 5.
So you had spots on your pelvis,
Yeah.
they're gone. You had 5 tumors, colon, 2 in the liver,
pelvic area,
and pelvic. And they're all gone, but one has shrunk
liver.
down
1.2.
and how big was it?
6.9.
Yeah, from 7 basically to 1. I mean, look, people, the body can heal, but it does take time, right?
It takes time. That's the message.
You have to
takes
be
time and patience.
Time and patience, dedication,
Discipline.
Right? Discipline.
Discipline.
The 3 Ds: dedication, discipline, and determination. Right?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And I wanted to ask you about stress during that time and how you dealt with it, because you said you had a lot of stress in your life. So what did you do about it?
I used to be the person that used to say, I don't have stress. I can deal with it. Now I realize even an argument with your significant other, with your sister, with anybody, lowers your immune system. I worked a lot. I had my hobbies. I was going through so much, and I thought I was dealing with it fine. You know what? It's very important to take toxic people, things out of your life so you can make that space to distress. I cannot really tell you how I was dealing with it. I was not doing the right thing, obviously. I think I am now. I have peace. And then I started getting stressed again. I said, okay, hold on, go back and see the scenario, and okay, it's time to not take that load.
And it's important to look at your life and identify where the stress is coming from, right? Because if you pretend like you can handle it, right, or that you don't have any stress or problems, then you never really get to the cause of your stress, right?
Exactly. So that was one of the last things I did, I think. That and the spiritual part. You gotta forgive.
It's huge.
That's very important. So important too. You can find peace. Because when you have, I call them thorns in your heart or pain in the heart. I don't want to say grudges or any of that. You got to take them out slowly. It takes time. But then you feel so good because that person's probably not suffering. You are. Your body is. From seeing so much and talking to so many people and seeing so many people that are ill, stress is the #1 factor. And they don't realize it. They don't think their job is stressful, but they hate it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, I love what you said because I talk about this often as well. Is forgiveness heals your heart.
Yeah.
Right? That's the way you heal your heart, is to forgive. Forgive every person who's ever hurt you. And you can't forgive most of them and leave a few that you want to stay mad at, right? You have to forgive them all.
Yes.
And I know how tough it is. I know some people watching are thinking, I could never forgive so-and-so for what they did. But you have to.
So people that affect you and they're always gossiping or, I don't know, just stay away. Forgive and stay away. And create your little circle of peace.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. The circle of peace. That's right.
That's what I've done. And even though I'm going through this, that people see as something hard, no, I've never been happier. I'm 45. I've never been happier. I feel great. I feel at ease. Things just flow because I learned how to manage my life, pretty much.
That's great. So what would you say to somebody that's newly diagnosed? And I know a lot of people contact you and are asking you for advice. And What's the first thing that you tell someone that says, I have cancer, I don't know what to do or where to start?
Look at your choices. No fear. Don't be afraid. I see it like it's a little bump, but it's inside. And you get a mosquito bite, it's gonna go away. We're not doctors. We don't see what's inside. But look at all your different options. Don't jump into a treatment right away. Doctor said you have to do chemo right away. Think about what you're gonna do because it might be too late later on. You know, so just look at all your options, meditate, pray, and no fear. I mean, the problem is there. Try to fix it.
That's good. Okay, and now we're going to do a little demonstration on the PEMF device, right?
Yes.
Do you want to roll it over here?
I'll roll it over here. I'm going to tell you something real quick that I discovered doing experiments through healing, that when I do PEMF, detoxing and vitamin C, the pieces of the tumor and the colon started coming out already 11 times. And I have pictures, I have everything, and slowly, and I would feel chills and sick for maybe over 24 hours, not even 2 days. Boom, it came out. Sore, it would heal. But that combination of those three things, detoxing, PEMF, and vitamin C, IV, wonderful.
And when you say detoxing, you're talking about coffee enemas.
Coffee enemas or a colonic that you do once a week.
With a professional.
With a professional. And then you do your PEMF, you can do it 30 minutes, 5 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then your vitamin C IV that week. So all that in 1 week is a bomb for the cancer cells.
And didn't you tell me that you saw pieces of the tumor, like chunks of tumor come out after what? The first?
3 PEMFs and 1 vitamin C.
And that was IV. Like after the first week,
crazy.
Right?
And I felt clear because I was very intoxicated by that mercury and God knows what else. And I'm like, let's go shopping, let's go walking. And what's wrong with you? Really? You were so sick 5 days ago. But that combination. And now I realize every time I do that, something happens.
That's powerful. Okay, so now hopefully you can hear me. I had to take my mic off. It's clipped to the chair. Hopefully it's picking up okay. So Pilar has the PEMF machine over here, and she actually asked me to sit in this chair, which is fine, more comfortable than the wood chair. So would you explain it? Explain what pulsed electromagnetic frequency therapy is?
Okay, so it's energy at a very high level, and it goes all the way into the cell. The mitochondria helps with inflammation, helps with oxygen, added oxygen, helps with circulation, with pain, and with a lot of different diseases. For example, I don't want to say disease, but depression. It is now FDA approved for brain tumors. And I believe after detoxing and doing this, doing 30 minutes 4 times a week on my liver, that's what helped shrink the tumors. But mostly it helps with inflammation overall. So this is a large hoop.
Yep.
We're gonna put it on, you want stomach or back?
We can do my back.
We'll do it on the back. And it feels like pulses. It relaxes you. A lot of people fall asleep. We're gonna start low and then we turn it up.
Yeah. Now, if you can you see my body?
Jumping.
Yeah.
And this goes 10 feet, the frequency, the energy. If I had this girl that had a puppy, and she would bring her puppy that couldn't walk, and with 3 therapies, the chihuahua would start walking.
Wow.
Because it was only inflammation.
Yeah, so
I'm right here and I'm feeling the treatment.
So it's not painful. There's no pain. It's just, it's almost like, there's a force that is impacting your body, and your muscles contract, and you just have this like jolt. Is a good word for it, right? Mm-hmm. But there's no pain.
I've done several experiments. Very few people get very energized. You can also do it on your head for people that have depression or migraines. Wonderful with migraines. Some people get very relaxed, but I notice the more inflammation, the more tired your body is gonna feel because it's fighting that. And I have men that fall asleep, but
And it
they
can
have
cause-
a lot of conditions.
It could probably cause detoxification reaction too, right?
Yes.
Which would make you really fatigued afterwards. Hopefully
Yes.
it doesn't do that to me because I have
No, you
a
won't.
thing I've got to do tonight. But
You have too much energy, it won't happen.
yeah, right. But I did have air travel this morning. And air travel just kind of really drains you, even though I was only in the air for 2 hours. I mean, when you first picked me up, I mean, I was just, I was drained from being in the airplane. But then, of course, a big giant carrot juice
Always helps.
perks me up.
Yeah. So people need to drink a lot of water so you can get all the toxins out. 99%, probably 100% tell me that they slept wonderful if they do 3 treatments in 1 week. It's like exercise to me. It works like exercise. If you go to the gym once a week, your results are not going to be that great. But if you go 5 times a week, you'll have more results. I recommend 3 treatments a week, and then you see as you feel better, because this would help your body. It's not something that is just going to be a Band-Aid. It gets rid of inflammation.
That's great. And then, of course, you can move this thing around in your body depending on where your issues are.
So we're going to do, we'll change it around, and we'll do the stomach. I think everybody needs the stomach. It helps. Everybody, their intestine, because of what we eat, gets a little swollen sometimes. And it feels really good on the stomach. You can press the lube, you can leave it like that. It's still giving you...
I know some people put it over their head, right?
Yes, it feels kind of strange. It
Well,
feels, you have to have it on low. It feels cool, but
I've
it feels
done that.
strange.
I've done it over my head. I've also sat on it.
I
right?
do
So
that.
some people sit on the ring to target whatever your bowels, your rectum, your privates.
Yeah, I love to sit on it because of it helps with whatever could be left of that big tumor that was in the colon. And also I feel like the energy goes up. That it made me feel really good when I sit on it also. The back is great.
Yeah, it's pushing all the way up through your torso.
And we have different attachments. One for the head. There's a little bed that you can lay on too, and that's a whole body. I feel like a lower because the coils are thinner, but it comes with this hoop, which is the strongest.
It's great. All right, gang. Well, I'm going to put some links in the show notes. If you're watching this on YouTube, in the show notes there'll be a link to this post, the original post on chrisbeatcancer.com, where we'll have links to find out more about PEMF, to find out if you'd like to get in touch with Pilar. I'll put links there. And please like and share this video. I mean, amazing cancer healing story. People need to know about this stuff, so like it and share it. And don't forget to subscribe to my new YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Pilar. See ya.